Hey, look, hey, I just wanted to say, to the general public out there, look, I'm not saying that I'm better than you or anything. I'm definitely not saying that. But I will say this. I belong to God. Okay? Not some religious God, not some fake God, not some cultic God, not some weird God, not some weird personal God. The only God. Okay? Through Jesus Christ and him crucified, the God of the Bible, Father Abba, God of the universe. You're probably like, Father who? Look it up. Now, I'm not saying this to flex. I'm not saying this because, again, I'm not saying I'm better than you or anyone else. But I will say this. You say something against me or look at me wrong or whatever, just know that you're messing with a child of God. Now, you have two options in this world. You think you're living for yourself, but you really belong to Satan. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you don't accept Jesus Christ and him crucified, doesn't mean you have to be perfect, and it is a process. You're living for Satan. You don't live. You don't. There's no such thing as living for yourself. You either belong to God or you don't. And if you haven't accepted Jesus Christ of the Bible, not Jesus Christ of Catholicism or some kind of religion, the real Jesus, you don't belong to God. God loves you. He does love you, but you're not his child. According to the Bible, you're not his child. He loves you. He does. He loves everyone. I'm not saying God doesn't love you. I'm not saying he doesn't love you. He loves you. He does. Totally. I'm definitely not saying that. What I'm saying is that it's kind of like a part 2 to my, forgiveness video, part 3 technically. You say something to me or a child of God, and again, I'm not sitting here trying to, make threats or being a bully. As if anything, I'm trying to look out for you. You have to understand that there's a God up there. I don't care what you believe, man. There's a God up there. And that God is God of the Bible. And that God died 2,000 years ago. And I just want to let you know that if you say something or disrespect a child of God, you're bringing a curse upon yourself. I'm just letting you know right now. So people who, I'm just going to personally, I'm just going to say me. I'm not saying that there's anybody out there, that does talk behind my back, but I'm just saying it's just the way of the world. People gossip. They got gossip shows, gossip magazines. That's what people like to do. They like to, they're just bored people, and they like to sit around and do bored things. They like to gossip about people. Gossiping is a sin. Look, I'm not perfect, but I belong to God. I'm God's child. And that goes for anyone. There's a lot of people out here that call themselves Christians, okay? And there's a difference between a seasoned Christian, a real Christian, versus a baby Christian. I'm a baby Christian, but I'm also a child of God. I'm no less of a Christian than somebody who's been walking with God for 150 years, let's just say. No one lives to be 150 years, but you know what I'm saying. I don't care how long you've been walking with God. I don't care if you belong to God for 2 seconds. I'm a child of God. So you say something about me, you disrespect me, you talk behind my back, I'm just letting you know right now. I'm not making any threats to you. I'm just letting you know who I belong to. And I'm going to let you know why I really don't feel the need to really retaliate. Because I don't have to. I don't have to. I just sit back and just let it all go down, man. Really. I have God on my side. If God is for you, who could be against you? That's in the Bible, not my words. I'm not saying God is some bloodthirsty God where he's going to do a drive-by. I'm not saying that. God's not a gangster. But you know what? God is a just God. And God will get you. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not even worried about it. I'm not even worried about what people say, or I'm not saying people say things. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the way of the world. I'm not worried about that, man. I'm not worried about the dirty looks, just the way of the world. I'm not worried about it. So I just wanted to make that that short and sweet video and just say what I just said. Just to warn people that, words are very powerful. And if you're speaking something over, the children of God, you might want to think twice. That's all I'm saying. Have a nice night.